Hello everyone, this is Cheryl and I am here in China. Today, I am going to share to you some tips on what and not to do when you accept a job offer from China and other parts of the world. So let's start off with knowing your employer. Make sure that your employer is someone that you can trust. She is either someone that's being referred to you or you are referred to him or to her. You've already talked to him for a couple of months or maybe years, or you can see him in Skype or online interview and have talked to him through the phone. So you really have to be very critical when talking and making some negotiation with your employer because you are going to work with him or her for the entire time in your contract, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. And make sure that he is trustworthy because you don't want to be scared when you arrive in a certain place you are not familiar with and you don't know that person very well. So that is my first tip. Second tip is that know the company that you are applying for. There's a lot of companies, English companies in China, and some of which you cannot find their website address because they're using WeChat. WeChat is a very important social media in China, and you can almost find it anywhere, and people use it in everything that they do, even buying something, and they use WeChat to pay. Okay, that's the sidekick. Yeah, so basically, if you are hired in a certain company, you have to make sure that you can find that company in WeChat, or maybe they have a website, or maybe they have a different kind of tool where you can search it. The key is you have to search for that company. Ask people. So it's not that you will be just surprised if you arrive in China and you don't know that, oh, this is a different company. So you have to make sure that that company exists. And also, you need to know what kind of company it is. There are some that would say it's an online school, or it is a preschool, a play school, or an international school. So there's a lot of English institutions in China. The third thing that I want you to remember is that your company must pay for your visa fees, your plane ticket, and for your POEA fees. Okay, so well, if POEA will ask you again for medical, then you will pay for that. It's not the company anymore because it is your responsibility as a citizen of the Philippines. So if they will ask you to do medical again for POAA, you have to do that as well. And if you already had a visa, except for, I think if you go to Canada or to New Zealand, so POEA doesn't need another medical for you. But if you come to China, you will have your medical visa and you will also have your POEA visa. So your POEA visa is shouldered by you and your medical visa, your POEA medical is shouldered by you, and your medical for the visa should be shouldered by the company as well as your visa fee. And the next thing is that your plane ticket must also be free. So they must give you a 1 year round trip ticket to and fro the Philippines. Number 4 is that you need to read your contract properly before agreeing to come to China. Well, this is the very important thing that you need to do first. If there is something in the contract that you do not like, then please do not compromise. Do not think because the salary is good or I wanted to leave the Philippines or any other reason, and it's okay, it's fine. But the truth is, when you arrive here and that you don't like anything in that contract, when you were still in the Philippines, then you will have a problem in the future. So if there is something in your contract that you do not like, do not compromise. As a Filipino, you can just say, oh, I can do that. I can endure it. Or if I don't have a sick leave, then it's okay, it's fine. Or if I don't have a leave after 6 months of working, it's fine. No, it's not fine. Especially if you don't have a family in another country or in China or near to you, it's not really fine. So again, if there is something that you do not like, you have to talk to your employer or ask her about that and make sure that it is very clear and never compromise. Don't say bahala na as Filipino, okay? And number 5, if you are a person that's not used to having someone sleep together with you or in a bunk bed, yes, and you will sleep on top, and there's someone sleeping down below, which can be a Filipino or a Chinese or whatever kind of nationality. But the key is that you're going to share a room with someone. If you're not that kind of person who likes that, then I guess it's not a good idea that you will accept that job offer. Because normally in China, their culture is that if you are a Filipino, then they will just say, it's okay. You can stay and live together with someone. But as a teacher, you need to have your own personal space. You need to have a place where you can be alone because your energy will all be burned out in the morning in your day-to-day activity at school. And you need some place to rest, to meditate, to pray, or to write something, or to read and to listen to music alone in a room. But if you have someone with you, especially if it's not the same culture as yours, you will really get shocked. And it would be difficult to deal with that if you're already here because they will just say you already accept the contract and there's nothing that we can do. You have to wait after 1 year. Yes. So you have to make sure that you have your own room, your own space where you can do your personal things after working. This is the most important one. Number 6. Never accept a job offer that is below 1,000 US dollars. You know why? It's because even if you are in China, a lot of people would say it's cheap or you can buy cheap things. No, you're not right. Because if you accept a job offer below $1,000, then you are in big trouble. Imagine you are going to send money to the Philippines and you also have to live here by yourself. You have bills to pay, although the housing is free by the company, but you still have to pay the bills. You have a cell phone bill, you have electric bill, you have Wi-Fi bills, and you need to have transportations. Either you take a taxi, you take a bus, you take a bike, or not unless if you wanted to work from home to school. And also you need to eat, and food and vegetable is not cheap. Okay, so you need to think very wisely. If that money is something that you cannot earn in the Philippines, of course you cannot earn it in the Philippines because it's a different kind of environment. And if you come here to China and accepting a job offer that is below 50,000 pesos, then I think if you still need to buy things, like you need to buy clothes for a different type of season like winter or autumn or summer we don't have a problem because most of our clothes are for summer in the Philippines. Yes, but this is one thing that why Filipinos are undervalued, and this is I wanted to stress, because even if we go to Thailand or to Vietnam or to Cambodia, some Filipinos would accept job offers that are below 1,000 US dollars. And although we Filipinos can do more than what is asked for us, and I don't think that receiving or accepting a job offer that is below $1,000 is something that can buy our value. Think that you are so precious. You are something that's not an ordinary person. You are capable to do a lot of things. And if you are being sold, you will be sold in a market that is very cheap. And do not think of yourself that way. You deserve something better. And this is why I wanted you to just think that maybe a 40,000 pesos is enough. No, it's not enough. I tell you and trust me, because that is my experience, and I don't want you to do and experience the same thing. And again, as a Filipino, do not compromise. I cannot earn this money in the Philippines. I need to go to or to work as a call center, or do a lot of jobs, or do a lot of evening jobs or online jobs, and I hate it. Yes, you can do that with your family. Yeah, and some people around you, your friends. But here you might be having that kind of money, but you will be alone, and you need to send money back to the Philippines. And you can, if your goal is to save, then I don't think you can save. So please do not undervalue the value of Filipinos, because this is some kind of a domino effect. If we as Filipino accept low job offers, then other teachers will suffer as well. Other Filipino teachers will also suffer, because they will think that they can hire us cheaply. But the truth of the matter is, they can really pay us big amount of money. It's just that we can just accept what is given to us, and that's not acceptable. Because if you're already here, then you'll just realize that this offer, this below $1,000 offer, is really not enough for me and for my family. And if I wanted to save and have a goal, then maybe I can't do that. And the most important thing, this is the last, pray about it. You have to pray for that job offer. And if you have to pray that if God will send you into a different place in China or in another country, it must be the will of God. So I hope in this short video, or if it's long video, then I shared to you some of the things that I have learned. If you are wise, you're going to learn from the experiences of others. So I hope that my experience and the lesson that I have shared with you will also make you think of that job offer. And if that job offer is right, then go for it. And if it's the will of God, then nothing can stop that to happen. If you have some questions, you can email me, and you can also send me a message here, or just leave a comment or anything. I would love to answer your questions and your queries. So goodbye, and have a wonderful teaching.